because you saw the possibility of being corrupted.
Not much of change, only the time.
What is your point?
This is haters.
Yes, it basically.
People of Bacolod and Negros Occidental, welcome to the Grand Finals of iDebate Challenge 2006. And now, only two schools remain. We have St. Scholastica's Academy versus University of St. Salle Integrated School. And our topic for this Grand Finals is should the environment give way to economic development?
When we are saying economic development, back to definition, it is for the common good of all. Therefore, it has a limit. It has an extent. Because, of course, the environment is our source. We cannot completely destroy it because once we destroy it, what are our sources for the future?
Exactly. We cannot destroy it. We cannot give way because
where
would development thrive on if we destroy it? Wouldn't the giving way of the environment contradict the goals of economic development, since you are essentially destroying the structure that supports economic development?
Why would it contradict?
Oh, because you're destroying the environment, but on the other hand, your purpose is to improve lives, and the environment supports life. So you're destroying the support structure that supports life.
No, when you say economic development, it is for the common good of all, and we only use the environment if it is necessary. When we say you destroy the environment for profit, then that is not part of economic development. What will give way if not environment? Because everything, we have raw materials. Raw materials come from the environment. So if the environment will not give way, we won't have raw materials. So where do you think will we get raw materials?
Obviously, I'm not opposed to the idea of giving way, but the idea of giving way is sacrificing, destroying. Then obviously something will have to give way, but not to the point of destruction.
Because people were abusing it. Okay, there are such things as abuse. These are not for economic development. These are for profit.
Well, isn't profit part of economic development, since business, industry, is also part of economy? And the primary purpose of industry is also for profit.
But economic development is for the common good. Profit is for the few. When you abuse something, that is where it becomes not right. The environment give way to economic development. And even if it's renewable or non-renewable, it is still part of the environment.
So you're saying that the environment must sacrifice itself?
Not completely.
Well, to what extent can you say that it's not sacrificing itself?
When it becomes harmful to man. After all, you said
harmful to man, such as greenhouse gases, harmful to man, such as the probability that 5 years from now, Florida, New York, Miami will be flooded because of the continuous melting of the Arctic ice.
So you're saying people should just go back to primitive times and forget all about this electricity?
No, it's not. It's about proper and responsible utilization of the environment.
Keen answers, a very interesting exchange and impressive performance by all our debaters. And that ends our interpellation round. I now turn you over to Attorney Ralph.
Yes, you are indeed correct, Attorney Cortes. When iDebate returns, we will have the most exciting round of the competition. We will have the free debate round.
Reversing the trend. How can you reverse when one animal is extinct? How do you reverse the effects?
Extinction is irreversible.
Exactly. So if you
I
give
cannot
up
magic those animals that have grown extinct.
Yeah, and what was the basis of extinction to begin with? It's because people had no idea that what they were hunting down were animals that were becoming extinct.
In the pursuit of economic development.
People were able to find ways to create canned goods, to farm pigs, to farm other animals.
Exactly. If it's used already in illegal and it's not enough for economic development, then why should the government not do something about it, such as environmental protectionism, since in the first place it's for the economy, right?
The government is doing something right now. That's why the government now has these suggestions
so
that they will use
geothermal
power plants and indigenous ways on giving us electricity rather than using fossil fuels. That's why they are promoting ethanol in replacement for fuels. They are promoting those indigenous ways such as geothermal power plants.
Well, you have to remember that all
hydroelectric
these
power
things come from
One
the
speaker at a
environment.
time, so that this will not degenerate into a wrangling match.
The way we understand it is sacrifice, destroy. Not just destroy up to the point where it's okay or destroy up to the point where it doesn't hurt, but destroy, give way. I mean,
Yes, but in one way or
trash the
another,
environment.
environment really has to give way to economic development.
Yes. Yes,
we
Because
do
aren't
that,
you
yeah.
aware that when we develop something in one place, something really has to give way? This is because we are not God. We cannot create something out of
yeah,
nothing.
but that
And
is
wait,
if your
if-
understanding
you know-
of give way is like that, because
you
we're
know-
understanding it as sacrificing, as destroying.
So if you're not for giving way, then it means that you're saying that we should never use the environment for economic development.
Yes. What will we just do? Look at it?
Yeah. Look at it.
They
No
said
matter how
that
minimal
it is for
it
the
is.
common good. So how can a minimal usage of the environment be for the common good if it's not even enough to fit, for example, one city?
But we're just showing how minimal it is still giving way. And we're giving.
But
No
if
matter
you're
how
stating
small.
your ideas, that would just be optimism, and realistically, it's very opposing.
Look at now today, we have distilled water, mineral water, purified water. That
Well,
is because
imagine that. Water is supposed
the
to be
water,
free.
our
Why should
water
you-
reserves
why should you
already
spend for it?
Excuse me, let's have one speaker at a time. Briefly, what are you saying before she responds?
that we have already purified water, distilled water, because our water resources actually have been polluted.
So you
and it
mean-
is the result of economic development. For the better living of the people, we have those purified water to provide us potable, safe drinking water.
Okay, that's
Imagine,
fine.
water was supposed to be free. But now, water is bottled and for sale. Imagine if we continue to sacrifice the environment. 110 years from now, the salary that we earn through economic development will only be enough to provide us with gas masks and expensive waters.
Money, of course, to buy
And
stuff.
what is the use of money if we have failing health?
What is the use of money if we have failing health? We pay to the hospital for us to get a checkup.
So
that is the
why should we earn money when we can earn money the right way by being healthy, and that's through environmental
See, because
protectionism?
because of economic development, we have been brought to a state of organization. Without economic
Organization
development,
to the
we
cost
wouldn't
of
be
our health.
organized.
Because in the first place, I won't be wearing a shirt made of cotton if it was not for economic development. And I am not willing to wear leaves in the future if you will stop economic development and preserve the environment.